Why are you so obsessed with me? Ooh. Damn, she does kind of look like me. I've been told 100 times I look like Mariah Carey. Like, what are you talking about? I don't look like Mariah Carey. Like, she's, Mariah Carey. Holy shit. Okay, guys. So real quick, I just wanted to make a response video. There's been a lot of negativity on my channel lately, and of course, this is the next objective of the enemy, the narcissists. They want to take me down, guys. Now, like I said, I cut off all narcissists July 1st of last year, 2022. Okay. Narcissists, one thing they don't like is losing control, being cut off. That is a huge, 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 butt hurt for them. And so they will, congregate and figure out how to like get the flying monkeys all together, to try to take you down. And they'll attack literally everything. My child has been threatened. My cats have been threatened. I have been obviously threatened, and they've literally tried to take my life. I mean, they had no regard for my life when they drugged me and threw me behind a dumpster, literally. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a shock. I knew this was coming, but I wanted to tell you guys a couple of things. One, please don't engage when you see negativity and toxic shit in the comments. Thank you to everybody who has stood up to defend me. I appreciate you guys so, so, so much. But I'm going to tell you the same thing God told me, okay? These, afflicted, we'll call them afflicted, okay, are an absolute waste of time and energy and resources. And the world, the universe needs your light more than ever right now. And they will take it, and it's like it's just like this. You got to think of it like this, okay? A battery pack. This is you, okay? It says please do not steal because I plug it in outside. But it's a battery pack, and this is you, okay? And you're charging up, right? You're healing. You're working on yourself. You're, healing from narcissistic abuse. Most of us are. The 8% of light workers are people of the light that are left, And having to go through the same kind of shit that I'm going through, maybe not at the same crisis level, but again, I am a light worker. I work directly for God. I don't have an attachment to material possessions or things. I do what God tells me to do intuitively, but also what he leads me to do, on this earth. And not in anything that God has ever told me, should I be obsessed with keeping material things for purposes of ego, and when I need to pull the plug, I will pull the plug. And I told myself that, and I told God that, and that was the agreement with this place, guys. There's a reason that we are here at the moment. There's a reason that we were here, and we will be, definitely. Trust me, like this is not even close to being it. This was my first run. It was a learning lesson for me about trusting people. It was about, I had to learn about narcissists and what they are, and what they're afflicted with, and all of this stuff. All of this would not have happened if I was not successful and didn't have the store. So the store was part of the success, but I want you guys to know I still have a fully functioning running business. Like you're not able to bring me down. 50, 60,000 5-star reviews don't lie, baby. They don't. This is no, well, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I don't have 50, 60,000 5-star reviews. I have at least that many sales with 10,000 plus, probably 15 to 20,000 5-star reviews at this point. And that's just from 2019 forward. I've been doing this professionally for 4 years prior to that, before people were able to leave a review, when the review was subscribing to the YouTube channel, So, think about it, guys. Think about it. I have a track record. I have a lot of jealousy, a lot of haters, a lot of people that want access to me that have lost it and it's been cut off and they're mad. and they're attacking the store was number one. Like, let's pull her down publicly. Let's make sure, you know what I mean? Like, everybody sees her fail. Like, yeah, this isn't a failure, guys. This is just part of the journey. You get it? Nothing is permanent. Nothing lasts forever. And again, I had to learn a lot of lessons about dealing with the afflicted. So that's that. Number one. Number two, that I was going to say is, leaving negative comments, shitty stuff, one of the things was like, well, Tina, you can do magic. Why don't you just do a spell and manifest yourself out of this? Or does your magic not work? Again, Google me. You know what I mean? Yes, my magic works well, very well. Ask the people who are of the light, who've used it. Ask the people who God has blessed, with the ability to do these things. My magic works incredibly well. Okay? Again, this is not a fight about ego. You understand me? This is now more of an issue of me listening to God, and when God says move, that's what I do. That is my boss. That's boss man. Okay? The big boss daddy. And I don't mess around. When he's giving me all of the red flags, all of the signs and symbols in life, just in anything anymore, but especially like stuff like this in these times, okay, it means we got to move. And that's what we're doing. So everything's going to be okay. Everybody that has donated to the channel, to me, thank you. To the business, thank you so much. This does not just go to me, guys. Whatever, whoever thinks whatever, the people that have donated know otherwise, of course. But I've done everything that I can to first try to get the business back on track. I probably waited a little too long to ask for help. I'm not good at that stuff. I'm used to doing everything independently. So, I don't ask for help. I've never been in this type of position in my adult life, ever. So, not to say, and I don't come from a privileged background either. It's not that at all. Very underprivileged, in fact. But, it's because I learned from a very, very, very early age, and I'm talking like toddler years, which there's a video coming out about my family life and early childhood very soon, and about being born into a pit of demons, essentially, and what they did and what they do and how to escape that dynamic. But anyway, that's coming up. What I want to tell you guys is that, I'm used to this. I have been through, I've walked with God my whole life, not that I've always been as close to him as I should have been. I wasn't, I stopped going to church, around the age of 13. I'll talk about that in my family video, cause it has to do with that. But I don't go to church to this day because I don't belong to any organized religion. Again, I work directly for Boss Man. Okay. So, I am embracing and welcoming and truly, genuinely, I embrace every single religion. We are all of God, whether you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Buddhist, it doesn't matter. It does not matter to me what your religion is. I don't care about your skin color. I don't even see it, to be very, very frank with you. I don't. Like, I have some sort of color blindness towards race and differences. What I do see is your soul. I see the color of your soul when you're walking towards me. And, it's, I make the decision from there, as to whether or not I'm going to engage. God gives me that free will choice, So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for all of your support. Thank you for, in advance, for not being brought down by the negativity. I'm going to leave comments active for now. But the Karens in the comments, you're getting blocked. Obviously, they just keep making sock accounts, every time I post a video. I want you guys to know kind of what's going on in the back end here. Not that I'm posting anything for them. I'm not. I'm posting this for people of the light, to help others. But every time I post a video, there's about 5 flocks of narcs narcs and flying monkeys, literally at least 5 that I'm closely associated with. And this is like exes and their families. This is my family. This is ex coworkers, colleagues, and friends. You know, all kinds of people that have been viciously wishing ill upon me for years. You know, this has been going on for years. You know, this is not something that's new. It's been going on my whole life. You know, and I'll get into all of this. You know, I'm going to break it down for you guys, but and especially for other light workers, because it's easy to see someone who is, you know, isolated and say, you know, oh, well, look at them. They must have a problem. They must be the problem, you know, blah, blah, blah. No, the reason that I'm isolated right now is because I choose to be. I chose this, you know. I'm the one that blocks. I'm the one, and it's, again, it's not ego, guys, but it's because God says enough. When God sends me into your life, I've said it before, but I'll say it again for those that didn't hear the first time. You know, I am the lifeline. You know, I think almost every person, I don't know about some family members and stuff. Sorry, guys. I got people trying to get me out and about. Let's see. I don't even know how to turn the ringer off on this thing. We'll just let it bing. So, anyway, so it's, you know, when God sends me into your life, you know, you've either asked for me, you've prayed for someone like me, or literally for me. I've seen that look of shock on people's faces before, you know, and they know it and I know it, you know, like, there's a reason I'm here, guys. Hey, you know, like, they know, guys and gals. And a lot of people cannot handle their prayers being answered. They can't handle, you know, an actual light worker coming in. They can't handle someone who actually walks with God, you know, being in their life, because they've not been walking with God. But that's why God sends me in, you know. That's why God sends me in, to give you a break, you know, to give you that chance, because I am the least assuming person that you'll meet. You know, I don't look at anybody, I don't judge anybody for anything in their past, you know. But, you know, from this point forward, when you meet me, you have an opportunity not to be a crazy Bible thumper or whatever you want to call it, you know, but to live in the light, you know. We still have a good life, you know what I mean? Still have a lot of fun. I'm a light worker, you know. I have to dabble in the dark in order to bring the light to the dark, right? So it's not, you know, it's not like a life of, you know, I'm a nun, you know, those who have also dedicated their life to God, you know. But and there's no, again, of course, no hate, you know, against nuns. I'm using them as an example because they go live in a, you know, nunnery, and what's that called? It's a monastery for monks, and I can't remember what it's called for nuns. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not Catholic, but you know, they live together and they fully dedicate their entire world, you know, to serving God, which, you know, I don't have that ability within me. I'm a different type of person, right? Different type of human, different type of soul. I have a different job, and my job is to go bounce, you know, into the dark occasionally and try to bring people into the light, you know. And I have to do that in order to bring people into the light. That's part of my job. So, not saying that, you know, I don't have fun, you know, hanging out and stuff. Sure, you know, but I don't stay in the dark, you know. And it's honestly becoming, as I, you know, progress in this journey, it's becoming a lot more difficult for me to even be, you know, in those situations anymore. Even though I know why I'm there, it's hard, you know. It's hard to sit around and watch the stuff and then to be psychic on top of all of it, which, you know, those abilities have obviously strengthened a lot in the last several years. So it's become where, you know, I'm sitting there and I can literally see things that have occurred between people that I'm sitting with, and they're trying to make it seem like it didn't, you know, or trying to put on some sort of facade or mask or show or masquerade for me. That doesn't work anymore. God shows me, like, he gives me like little 5 to 20 second clips of what people are doing and what they're saying, you know, what they're talking about me behind my back. So I get to see that, and it's hurtful. You know, it hurts when somebody to your face is like blatantly lying to you. Like, oh, I'm here for you. Like, I've got your back, blah, blah, blah. And, or trying to pretend like they, they want you for some other reason than just to deplete you. Which is why a lot of these afflicted, need you, is because they have themselves been depleted by their afflictions. And, now they need to replenish, and they need you to help them heal, like they need you to get them back on their feet. They need you to, get them on the right path, whatever the case may be. Okay. And so it's hard to know that you're there to help and you're there to heal, but then to see these visions and hear what they're thinking and stuff at the same time, it sucks. And like I said, most of the afflicted that I've been around, I would say more than 90%, the end goal is to see you extinguished / dead. That's what they truly want, is to put you out. And there's a reason for that. And that is because they work for the enemy. And again, I'm going to talk about, I have another video I'm going to film probably tomorrow or something, like maybe tonight. But it's why I believe narcissists are afflicted. I say demonically possessed, and people get very mad at me. People get, even the Christians, even though that's what they believe in, you know what I mean? They when you say demon or demonic or Satan or Lucifer, any of those words, they get very, very offended, and it's because they know that's what they are, so they'll start to, they accuse me of like being crazy and stuff like that because I say these words. So now I say afflicted. Okay, so the afflicted with narcissism, traits of narcissism, okay, whatever you want to call it, get very, very offended when you say any of those words around them, because they know what they are. They know what they do. They know what they think and how they feel. They know that they use the free will that God has given them, to wake up every single day and decide to take that free will and use it for evil, to ruin people's lives, to ruin other people. They know what they do, don't ya? But they continue to do it, okay? And they make that decision every single day that they wake up. They have made that for every day of their lives. They don't have to be this way. They choose to be this way, and you need to remember that, okay? So anyway, that's why I haven't magically manifested my way out of this. It is because God is like, girl, you got to go, okay? I got to get out of here. And there is no force more powerful than God. Therefore, calling on my deities, my guardian angels, my ancestors, God himself. If God wanted me to stay where I am, God would keep me where I am. Do you understand? If God wants me to move, then God will do everything in his power, because he knows I'm a hard worker, to get me to move. And it's been like this with my career in corporate America, the whole 9 yards, like you have to basically, force me out the door by, ways of, torture and abuse that, you know what I mean? That I just have to throw my hands up in the air, at some point and say, okay, I'm moving. Because I don't give up on things easily either, and again, the business is not going anywhere. The business remains. We're going through financial crisis right now, as many businesses have. Walt Disney, remember, Disney filed bankruptcy, before they became what they were. He became what he is, or was. And he's just an example, but, and a business example at that. I don't even know his religious, spiritual preferences or what he thought about any of this stuff. But I will say that I admire his perseverance and the fact that he built, his whole empire off of creativity, is godly to me, because God is the creator. Okay. He created all of this, the world, you, me, the planets, the solar system, the universe, the president, all of it was created by God. And he's not controlling. So he doesn't like send you down here and then go like, you have to do what I say or else, at all. He sends you down here and he goes, have fun, do the right thing, live with integrity. And when you don't live with integrity, you feel it, it. The times that I have not been in my integrity in my life, I've definitely felt it, known it, felt the ramifications of it. So, they know it. They know it as well. They're humans. This is a human meat suit that we all wear. okay, to encompass our spiritual self, our soul, whatever you want to call it. We all have one. But what you do with it, and who you dedicate it to is up to you, right? And at this point in the game, we're at the point, in everything. And you guys know it. Good knows it, bad knows it, everybody knows it. God, has made himself known. I say himself, but, for lack of a better term, but it's, it's real. It's time, guys. I mean, if you haven't picked a side yet, then you've picked a side, and it's not God. You walk with God or you don't. That's it. None of us are perfect. We're humans. We are sent here to live the human experience. Okay. So, but listen, these demons will throw that in your face. They will say, they will commit horrible acts against you and then say, well, it's the human experience. One of them, the most recent one, said that to me. This is the human experience. I'm intended to hurt you. That's why I'm here. I'm intended to serve Satan. I'm intended to work for the enemy. I'm intended to bring down humanity and civilization and to squash you and extinguish you. It's the human experience. No. The human experience that God wanted us to have was paradise, Adam and Eve, prior to the original sin, He built this beautiful earth, in all of its beauty with there's so much to see and do and experience. And the real reason that we're all here is because your soul, which is, millions of light years of age, okay? Some older than others, but you get what I'm saying? Your soul was sent here to ascend, right? The only way to get higher, to get closer to God, is to walk through these things just like Jesus did, right? His son, to hopefully, live in his footsteps as much as you can, Again, nobody's perfect, period. All right. It's not possible. You cannot come here and not sin. Well, unless you're, only here for a very, very short amount of time after birth. But that is part of the human experience, but it is not part of the human experience to hurt others. It is not part of the human experience to harm, people that are spreading the light, that are trying to do good, on this planet, that were sent into your life to help you, kind of wake up, all of those negative actions, those behaviors, those thoughts, those connotations come from the center of the earth, from God's ex-bestie that betrayed him, Lucifer, Satan. So, you can say that all day long. You can try to blame it on the human experience, but that's not it. At our core, as humans, none of us want misery. We don't. You pick that. Free will. The choices that you make every day. So again, sorry about the negative comments, guys. There's your response on why I haven't magically, manifested the store. I'm not conjuring up any entities to do anything that God has given me explicit instructions on. God said, you are to take direction from me and me alone. And I'm allowed to work with my deities and my entities and they're my friends, in the spiritual realm. And he sends more in all the time. So don't think my magic's not on point. Like I said, my magic's on point. I'm verboten from doing anything at the moment for a reason. You'll see why very soon. Okay? Love you guys. Talk to you later.